Oh, it's that time again. It's time for our Winning Wednesday webinar, and we have another lovely guest speaker all the way from Guyana. Is that correct?
That is correct, Malika. I'm,
Oh,
yes, I'm excited to be with you. I'm Hareldau Argyle King, and I will be sharing with you some tips, strategies on how to care for yourself better as a caretaker, professional, or not so professional today.
I love it. You know, Hareldau Argyle King, I'm so glad that you're here. I remember when we first met, I met you in Toastmasters, but I learned very, very quickly that you are more than just a Toastmaster. You are an author, you're a wellness coach, you're a daughter, you're a wife, you're a friend, you're an encourager, you're an uplifter. The list can go on and on. And I just couldn't think of anybody better to help us kick off a new year after the two rough years that we've had.
That is quite right, Malika. One of my important mantras to myself is that people are the most important natural resource that we have. And in order for us to be a good natural resource, each of us need care. As we care for others, we must be cared for by someone else. And so my role is to help every single person who is caring for others to remind them to care for yourself. Fill up your cup. And when that cup overflows, help another along the way.
Absolutely. And that's all, that's at the core of Aging and Amazing. We're here to support caregivers, older adults, and professionals specializing in aging, but realizing that really any one of us can fall into these one of three categories at any time. And
That's
so you're really going to give us some helpful tips and habits for 2022. Today we'll get a glimpse of that and we'll learn more about you. That's amazing to think that there's any more how you fit all of this into one woman, but somehow you do it and you do it well. So I
right.
want to bring up the advertisement for Winning Wednesday webinar, which will
Yeah.
actually be, can you believe it? I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it'll actually be January 12th,
Yeah,
2022.
that's right.
That is amazing in itself. I cannot believe that it's 2022. It seems like the last few years have been, going on for a while now.
Yeah, they always say time flies when you're having fun. And so it's so important in life to have fun, regardless of what you're doing, regardless of what situation you're in. It's always important to look to the bright side. And so with some helpful habits, we have an opportunity to shift that perspective and get a new and fresh perspective of how we should start each day, each moment, and each new year.
Awesome. What else can we look forward to in the attendees in this webinar? I can say the last 2 months have been very powerful. We started Winning Wednesday webinar in November, and
Mhm.
December went also well. December went also well, and then we have January. And so I really think you're in a pivotal place to set the tone for our year.
Yes.
What else can the audience look forward to?
Well, it's important to start properly. Whatever you do, you must start well. And starting well requires goals. And so it's important to ascertain what are your goals? What do you see yourself being in this new year? Where you are, where you're trying to go, and how to go. So we're going to be looking at practical strategies of how you can care for yourself better as you care for others.
Mm. Wow, I think that is really important, especially for the caregiver, because I can hear them now. I've tried all of that, I've done all of that. It's no way to do it, but you're here to prove us wrong.
Well, I'm here to encourage you and just to remind you. So even sometimes you may try something, a lot of times it requires a different attitude or a different perspective to retry it. We may have heard it before, but we may not have practiced or implemented properly. And so I'm here to remind people, to encourage them. You might have heard it before, or you might know it, But a lot of times people know things, but they don't execute on it. And it takes a little bit of encouragement to say, here I am, you know, help me. I want to get better. I'm desperate for help. And so that is my role, regardless of which stage you're in and which age you're in. We all can become better. And so why not become better together?
You're inspiring me already. I'm lucky, but everybody who's watching this video gets to get some inspiration. Two things stuck out to me that you said. You said encouragement and execution.
Mhm.
Encouragement and execution are so important, and you need both. And I'm
Yes.
so glad that you put those two double E's together to kind of get us on the move and get us ready for 2022, because I'm believing, and I know that you're in agreement with me, that 22 is going to be a great year. We're speaking it, we're claiming it, we're
Yes.
believing it, we're manifesting it.
Yes.
Wherever you are, 2022 is going to be a great year, and we're glad to celebrate it with you.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. We have an opportunity to be better in 22 than we were in 21 or 2020. We've been through so many adversities.
Yes.
We've known others who've been through adversities, but yet, in spite of our adversities, we must grow. We must become better. We must never lose hope. And so, what better way to start the new year with goals, with strategy, caring for yourself while you care for others?
I'm so with you. And I love this advertisement. It's just sparkling in the background. And I feel like we all can sparkle next year. You're going to help us, encourage us on how to do it. You're going to give us some tips on execution. But speaking of that, I think that there are additional reasons why you are well qualified to do so. So if you don't mind me sharing, I really thought that it's not a coincidence that you would speak on this topic, because you are the expert in my eyes. And I have here something very, very special, and I know near and dear to you. Could you tell us more about what we're seeing?
We are looking at my new and first book. This book, I have written it and rewritten it many times in my life, meaning I've been practicing it. Codes to habits. I've been living out a lot of these codes. I've been sharing them freely online. And so this is a combination of probably over 10 to 12 years worth of collection of codes. I believe that every person is hearing something every day. And, and all those messages I kept hearing, I recorded them. And over the years, a lot of my clients that I worked with, they often say, Geralda, you should write a book. You always have these codes, these things that makes me leave and ponder about, makes me leave and tell my family that Geralda said. And so this is a gift to you. It's a combination of everything that I've been compiling over the years, some codes, turning them codes into habits and things that you must remember to take bold action, to take brave action, to take actions that are going to lead you towards those goals that you have. And so this is my gift to the world, my collection.
Well, where can people access it? Because I actually have my copy right here in my home, ready to go. But where can people access it if they would like to get a copy of your book?
Codes to Habits, remember, is available at Amazon.com. It also comes with a complimentary, or I should say, complement habit tracker as well as a journal. And I've been blessed and able to turn it into 11 languages. And so all of that is available at Amazon.com globally, anywhere in the world.
Wow. And you're speaking globally, all right. Here I am in the DC area and you're in Guyana. Thank you for technology so we can pull you in over here when you, and I know you're still doing a lot of work here. So that is also very, very special, and we appreciate you here at Agent and Amazing. We know that the presentation is going to be spectacular, and we have our notebooks ready. You said a journal. I love journaling. And so just some practical things that caregivers, older adults, and professionals can look forward to. Also, we've been fortunate enough, actually, out of the speakers we have so far, you're the second author that has come to speak for Winning Wednesday webinar. And our authors usually come with it. So I heard that one of the attendees will be receiving a free copy of your book. Is that true?
That is true. That's another reason to join Winning Wednesday at the beginning of 2022. So come on in and join us.
Wonderful. So let's take one more look at the advertisement that's just glittering and sparkling everywhere. All right, do you see it?
Yes, I do. Beautiful.
Okay. Here we are, folks. If you have not, you have to check out our YouTube channel, Agent Amazing, because I have the other speakers' interviews on there also. But also, you'll get this interview. Make sure you share it. All of our Winning Wednesday webinars are free of charge, but quality speakers, not but and quality speakers qualified to speak on their topics. They love older adults, they love professionals, they love caregivers especially. And this is for you to kick your year off, get comfortable on your couch. You don't have to get dressed up for us. Just bring yourself. And if you want, a lot of time we've had some very meaningful conversations with the attendees. You can unmute and talk with the speaker. And it's just a really good time. We pack a lot into the hour, but just know that we're working on this because we have so much more planned for 2022. And as you can see, Hareldau Argyle King has plenty planned without Agent Amazing. So you really want to go to Amazon to check out her book. However, you're going to get a glimpse of it, a little bit just who she is as a person outside of this interview during that intimate Winning Wednesday webinar where she shares helpful habits to sparkle in 2022. Is there anything else you want to leave the audience with, Hareldau?
Well, I just want to remind people to remember that regardless of what you've been through in life, you can become better. Regardless of what obstacles you're currently facing, you can become better. And regardless of how good life used to be and you struggle, you still can become better. And so there's that constant encouragement that I like to remind myself. And as I remind myself, I want to remind everyone, together, we can all become better.
I love it. That's going to really stick with me. And also encouragement and execution. Very powerful speaking with you on those two things. All right, we can't say it enough. The link is in the description. We have our helpful habits. You can register now. You can share now. It's going to be held January 12th. Mark your calendar now, January 12th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Eastern. So please convert the time if you're in Guyana, like Hareldau is, or if you're in Alabama or wherever you're coming from, you are welcome. It's free. And we take this time and dedication just for you. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.